Franklin TV Sports presents exciting Franklin High School girls lacrosse. Today, on an early spring day, with the temperature at 48 degrees under windy conditions, the Franklin High Panthers, with a record of 2-0, take on the Tigers of Taunton in this Hockomock League matchup. Taunton comes to town with a record of 0-2. Hi, neighbors, and welcome to our telecast. I'm Pete Royce. Our producer today is Chris Flynn. Two teams on kind of opposite side of the ledger. Franklin with two big wins, and they've rolled in their first two games, and Taunton 0-2. Franklin with wins over Oliver Ames 20-4 and over Milford in the last game 18-1. So it looks on paper like a mismatch, but that's why they play the game. Franklin with the home white and blue trim, and it's going to be the Tigers of Taunton in the dark uniforms with white numerals and white trim. We're all set to go. 4 12-minute periods here from sunny Piscini Stadium on the Franklin High campus. Franklin will be going from left to right across your screen, and Taunton going the other way. For Franklin, the goalkeeper is Cody Lai. She's a sophomore. And for Taunton, it is Abigail Clark. She is a sophomore as well. Franklin coached by Kristen Igo-Gorino. What a job she's doing here at Franklin. And the Tigers are coached by Adilson Galveo in his 5th year. He's also the wrestling coach at Taunton. Ready to go. The officials for today's game are Bobby Sanders and Ginger Daly. We're underway, and it's going to be the Tigers controlling the opening face-off. They're going to take it up the right wing. The Tigers lost 6 of their players last year to graduation, including their top scorers. So talking to Coach Galveo before the game, he said, we're in a learning mode. But he says we were going to try to compete here today. But Franklin, the heavy favorites. Here's a free positional hit coming up for Taunton. And they will not attack. Will take it laterally. There's a miss. Scooped up there by a Tiger. Just underway here. Tigers with the move inside. Good position here, but the ball is knocked loose. Attempted for and picked up in there by Cassidy Glenn. The drive here for the Tigers. The shot, and was it a goal? Yes, it was. It was a goal, and putting it home was Cassidy Glenn. 1-0, Taunton. Cassidy Glenn scores. She controlled it basically her whole self there, and she scores with 59 seconds gone into the game. 1-0, Taunton. Glenn gets the scoring started here today. Let's see if that's a wake-up call for the Panthers. The draw again here. And we're underway. Franklin with its first possession. They're going to charge up the middle. This is Vera Hansen. She's going to take it right down the middle. Now she slants off to the side. Franklin will work its structured offense behind the cage. Izzy Cross is back in the game after serving a 1-game suspension. And that was because of a red card. Here's the shot there and the goal. This is going to be Clara Blogensteiner. She ties the score at 1 apiece. Blogensteiner scores just 31 seconds after the goal by Taunton, and Blogensteiner ties it up. Our first tie of the game, of course. Score comes at 10:30. So like we said, we'll see if that was the wake-up call. 1-1, Franklin and the Taunton Tigers. This is a Hockomock League matchup in the large schools division, the Kelly Rex side of things. The official has it teed up at midfield. That is Ginger Daly. The draw in the air. Scooting back for it is Blogensteiner. She gets it up field to Ruby Rizjan. Now the Panthers back to Blogensteiner. She ducks her shoulder to the top for Vera Hansen. And the Panthers take it to Erin Peterson behind the goal. Peterson still holding, looking for cutters. She finds one in front. Blogensteiner had a good angle, and she just went low side and gets her second goal of the game. Clara Blogensteiner with 2 goals. That was just over 40 seconds since the last goal. 35 seconds. Clara Blogensteiner, who took 2 goals, that's all they were apart. And Franklin leads it 2-1. First lead change of the game. 9:55 is the scoring clock. And here comes the draw again at midfield. Ginger Daly tees it up. Blogensteiner with with Glynn. Panthers trying to control it. They come out with it. Here's Blogensteiner again. Looking for her hat trick in the first 3 minutes of the game. How about that? Izzy Cross will have it. I'm sorry, that was Ruby Risgen. Panthers take it behind. Pass in front. Vera Hansen gets the shot off. And the save there, a beauty by Abigail Clark. She's a sophomore. We said Taunton is very young. Lost key players from last year's team. But that was a good save by Abigail Clark, the sophomore goaltender for Taunton. Tigers being pushed back a bit here. This is Layla Brum. Tigers take it near midfield. A lot of contesting to the play on the field as the Panthers force the turnover to the far side, and they'll have it with 8:48 to go in the first period. Pete Royce with you, Chris Flynn alongside. Sonny up here in the booth. Panthers on the break. Risgen and the score. The score by the Panthers. Izzy Cross gets her first goal of the game. Izzy makes it 3-1. Well, we talked about the first goal of the game being a wake-up call. It certainly was that. And since that point on, the Panthers have scored 3 goals in less than 2.5 minutes. And they lead it 3-1. This could be a game where Coach Kristen Igo-Garino gets a lot of subs into the game. But a long way to go here in this game. Still early on in the first period. And 4 goals already scored. Ball is in the air, battled for it, still battling. And a nice play there. A beautiful play by Morgan Lovell. That's a veteran play by Lovell. She charges it up the middle with the ball. Panthers take it behind now. And the shot there, Cross. She buries another one. Izzy Cross with 2 quick goals. It's 4-1, and the romp could be on. Izzy Cross gets the last 2. Blogensteiner got the first 2. That was 44 seconds after her previous goal, and Cross makes it 4-1 Panthers. So Blogensteiner with 2, Cross with 2. 5 goals in less than 4 minutes of play total between the 2 teams. The draw. Hustling forward is Blogensteiner. She wins it. Clara to the top of the field for Vera Hansen. And Hansen will slow things down for a moment. Peterson. Down behind the net now. Another Panther there. I believe that's Cross. Izzy holding. Drops it over on the right side is Tessa Rodriguez of basketball fame. What an athlete Tessa is. Blogensteiner for Hansen. Vera. Little looper. Rodriguez. Little high. Ball is errant and picked up by their goalkeeper, Abigail Clark. A little mishandle there by the Panthers, and the Tigers will try to start out with 7:15 to go in the first period. This game has started much like the OA game, where I believe Franklin gave up the first goal and then went on to score 20. Taunton, a rare trip upfield. They have it on the right wing. Ball is on the turf. Picked up in there by a Panther, taking a hit off the head would be Juliana Owen. Ball is behind the goalkeeper. She picks it up. Cody Lai. Panthers with some space, deep in their own end. Nice stride here by Emma Bissinger, who gets the start today, the sophomore. Emma for Erin Peterson. And she'll take it behind almost midway through the first period. In front, Blogensteiner goes high, is blocked. Kicked back out deep. Picked up by Bissinger. Emma back to Vera Hansen. Her defense closes in on her. Back to Erin Peterson. Peterson looking to shoot. Drops it for Clara Blogensteiner. Charge through, ducking down. The shot there is wide. That was shot by Callie Joyce, the junior. Franklin first to the ball, quickly out with it. Turnaround shot there by Cross. And are they going to score it? It looked like it was gone in. Yes, it is. Izzy Cross gets the natural hat trick with 3 goals in a row. Izzy Cross. Franklin leads at 5-1. The goal comes at 5:38. So Blogensteiner the first 2 and Cross won at 8:54, 8:10, and 5:38. 5-1 Panthers. First one to a hat trick, Izzy Cross. 3 in a row for Izzy. Izzy is a very talented senior. Here's the draw again. Ginger Daly has it teed up. Oh, not happy with it. Clara Blogensteiner presents the ball back to Daly. And it's locked into the respective cages of the 2 players. Nope. They're going to give the ball to Taunton. This is going to be Cassidy Glynn. She's got a goal. Holding on to it. Dropped out deep. Back to Glynn. It's the first time we've seen a set offense here for the Tigers. And Glynn penetrates through. Cannot get the shot off. Good defense by Callie Joyce. Glynn back again, spinning through. Gets a little bit of space. Her shot rolls up, kicked out of there, loose, and picked up by Cody Lai. Nice save by Lai. Under 5 to go in the first period. 5-1 Franklin. Lai lobs one out there. And it is going to be taken by a Panther. Right up the middle comes Morgan Lovell. Lovell. Peterson down for Izzy Cross. Risgen, everybody with the touch. Callie Joyce. Emma Bissinger, the sophomore starter here today. To Vera Hansen, the veteran. No shot clock, of course, in girls high school lacrosse, nor in boys. Cross. Holding, loops one, coming around. Risgen. Pass is knocked away, and it's going to be a violation inside the arc, and there's going to be a free position for Franklin. Let's see who's going to take it. Izzy Cross will have it just on the left side. Cross. 1-on-1 with Abigail Clark. Cross awaits the whistle. She gets it. She shoots, and she is tied up and denied on a nice save there by Abby Clark. Beautiful save by Clark. We stay at 5-1 with 3:22 left in the first quarter. Taunton gets over midfield with it. Defense closing fast on Sabrina De Oliveira. This is D'Oliveira. Takes it behind the Franklin goal. I believe that's the first time they've gotten that far. Back to D'Oliveira. And she'll drop it there for Madison Cardoso. Cardoso around. Drops it over, back to D'Oliveira. Now it sits into the hands of Addison Byron. Byron picked up by Bissinger. And a good offense brewing here for the Taunton Tigers. Back to Glynn. Glynn picked up by 3 defenders. The ball squirts loose and picked up by Franklin. Out to Emma Bissinger. Emma on the dead run up the middle. Loops one. It's bobbled a bit. Now gathering it in there, trying to, is Ruby Risgen. For Erin Peterson. She steadies the play down. This is Erin Peterson with it now. Ball is way out for Callie Joyce. For Blogensteiner. Under 2 to go in the first period. Clara holding, picked up by 2 defenders, waves somebody through. In front, this is going to be Tessa Rodriguez showing that athleticism, and she puts it home. Tessa Rodriguez, her first goal of the game, and that comes at 1:24. And Franklin leads it 6-1. So your goal scorers, Blogensteiner with 2, then Cross with 3, and now Tessa Rodriguez with 1. Franklin gave up the first goal 59 seconds in and has pitched a shutout ever since. 6-1. Again, a crosswind blowing from the far side of the field to the near side of the field, and it is brisk. 48 degrees at game time, the real field 42. Hustle, Morgan Lovell, violation. It'll go to the Taunton Tigers. Here they come. This is Glynn. Picked up by Cross. Ball sent forward, caught by D'Oliveira. And she'll loop it to the back line. Coming up on 1 minute to play in the quarter. We're under a minute now. Tigers perhaps holding for the last shot of the quarter. With it is Madison Cardoso. Madison still holding. Can't penetrate through. And she'll take it back out with 24 seconds to go. Cardoso in a timeout called, I believe. Nope, not timeout. Was it? Yeah, I thought I heard the coach calling for a timeout. He didn't get it right away. And so we'll take a break here. We'll have a chance to set the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Taunton Tigers in goal, we've mentioned Abigail Clark, a sophomore. Cassidy Glynn starts at midfield, a junior. Emily Lane, a senior defender. Hope Inacio, a junior midfielder. Narlita Hemingway, a senior attack. Addison Byron, a junior attack. Milani DaCosta, a junior defender. Sabrina D'Oliveira, a junior attack. Madison Cardoso, a senior attack. Katie Kane, a junior defender. Layla Brom, a junior defender. And Talia O'Leary, a senior midfielder. For the Franklin High Panthers, a little bit of a change in their starting lineup. Getting the start today was a sophomore who gets the nod, Emma Bissinger. Also Juliana Owen, a senior defender. Olivia Best, a freshman defender. Morgan Lovell, Best did not start. Lovell did, a senior defender. Bissinger, we mentioned. Cody Lai, sophomore goalie. Ruby Risden, a sophomore attack. Tessa Rodriguez, a sophomore midfielder. Callie Joyce, a junior midfielder. Kendall Moan, a junior defender. Ferry Hansen, senior midfielder. Clara Blogensteiner, a sophomore attack. And Erin Peterson, a senior attack. Those are your starting lineups for Coach Kristen Igo Garino. the former great at Boston College. 16.4 seconds left in this first period, dominated by the Panthers after they gave up the first goal of the game. They're going to take it from the back line, working a play here to end the quarter. Ball is loose, though, and Franklin will have it with just 5 seconds to go. Peterson gets to it, but the horn goes off before she could truly gather it in, and the first quarter ends. What a quarter for Franklin. They gave up that first goal by Cassidy Glynn, and then they were outstanding. They shut down the Tigers from that point on and reeled off 6 straight goals. 2 by Clara Blogensteiner, and then 3 by Cross and 1 by Tessa Rodriguez. And the first period comes to a close with Franklin leading it 6-1. Let's take a look at the schedule for Franklin. Some highlights of this season for the Panthers. We're still early on in the campaign. Last year, of course, Franklin lost in the Sweet 16 round to Andover, and they finished with a final record of 17-3. So Franklin will be on the road on Wednesday at Foxborough, 4:45 game, then back home next Monday, hosting Canton at 3:45. Then on the road at Sharon on April 15th, 3:45. Then Needham comes to town, a non-conference game on April 23rd. That's a 10 a.m. game during vacation week, 23rd at 10. Franklin hosts Stoughton on the 27th of the month. That's a 3:45 game. Then Franklin plays at Mansfield and at Westwood. The Westwood, so 2 tough road games back-to-back on the 29th and 30th of the month. Westwood, a perennial power, non-conference matchup there. And then Franklin in April will open up home to North Attleboro, then at Attleboro. And then Natick comes to town on May 8th. That should be a beauty. Natick is coached by the sister-in-law of Franklin's coach, Kristen Igo Garino. So a interesting matchup that will be, a family affair when Natick High School comes to town. Here it's Franklin dominating play. They lead it 6-1 after 12 minutes of play. Ready to start the second period. Wind howling into the booth. But sunny skies and dry conditions. So again, the officials for today's Bobby Sanders and Ginger Daly. Blogensteiner with the draw at midfield. The Panthers now will be going from right to left across your screens. Tigers going the other way. Referee clears the way. Picked up by Franklin. Morgan Lovell. Ruby Rizjan. She'll take it deep, takes a bump. Almost to the very back line of the field. Franklin now will be working some structured plays. Looks like most of the starters are still in there for Coach Kristen. Everybody with a touch. They go around the rim with it. Izzy Cross. Out top, Vera Hansen loses it, tries to dig it back. Cannot do so. Picked up, bumped, ball loose. Cross there. Whistle. Let's see what they're going to call it. Ginger Daly making the call. And it looks like it's going to go to the Panthers. Free positional for Izzy Cross. She charges, she shoots, and she scores. Izzy Cross with her 4th goal of the game makes it 7-1. minute and 18 into the second period. So a little confusion there for a while. Then they finally awarded the free positional at the arc for Izzy Cross. And at 10:42, she gets her 4th goal of the game. Franklin has now scored 7 straight goals after giving up 1. Cross with 4. I don't know what her career high is, but I would imagine she's getting close. Certainly a possible season high because she sat out 1 game with a red card from the previous game. Actually, I believe that was the last game of last year. And here come the Panthers. Right up the middle for Blogensteiner. Field just about totally in sunshine. A little beginnings of some shadows on the far side. Risgen for Cross. What a player she's become. The senior for Franklin. Peterson has it knocked away. And a nice pickup there by Jada Lawless. And a whistle stops play. What are they going to call? It's going to be on Taunton. And then Erin Peterson will have the free positional. She resets Tessa Rodriguez. And here's Erin. She's going to shoot a deflection on a beautiful stop there by Abigail Clark, a beautiful one. Clark has had some saves. Yeah, 7's gotten past her, but she's had some good saves. And the Tigers will start out deep on their own end. With it for the Tigers is Layla Brum, and she's fouled on the play, and the Tigers will start free. Not quite 2 minutes gone in the second period. Out near midfield, Tigers with some problems controlling it. They send it up, but right to a Panther. Morgan Lovell, she's going to be digging for it, and she does get it up. Look at the speed here for the Panthers. Wow, blazing speed right up the middle. Callie Joy, she's going to take it coast. The save by Clark. What a beautiful save on Callie Joyce. She took it almost 3/4 of the length of the field by herself and got the shot off, but Clark with the save. Now it's going to be a free positional again for Franklin. It's going to be Clark. Fouled inside the circle, inside the fan. And here comes Callie Joyce. She's come through, ducks her shoulder, shoots from a bad angle, and the save again by Clark. Clark with 2 in a row on Callie Joyce. 8 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the period. 7-1 now. Franklin with the lead. Catch up here by DaCosta. Whistle stops play out of bounds, and the Panthers, I believe, will have it for Izzy Cross. Takes a bump. Ball is knocked loose. Still on the turf. Everybody digging for it, and Franklin comes out with it. Clara Blogensteiner with the honors for Franklin High. Just the 3rd game of the season for both teams. It's an 18-game regular season schedule. In front, Peterson goes low and puts it home on a great pass there. Peterson with her first goal of the game. 8-1, Erin Peterson. And she scores for Franklin at 7:13. It's about 3.5 minutes after the Izzy Cross goal. And Peterson becomes the 4th different scorer for Franklin High, as Franklin leads it over Taunton, now 8-1. 6-1 after 2 straight goals here, and Franklin has scored 8 straight goals in this game. Blogensteiner with the draw against Cassidy Glenn. Clara wins it for Franklin. loops one for Izzy Cross. A little short pass for Rodriguez. Vera Hansen. Tessa, the left-hander, comes through, goes low. As it tipped around, it's blocked by Clark. Franklin digs for it, and a foul on Peterson. It'll be a free start here for the Tigers of Taunton and Emily Lane, the senior defender. Out quickly beyond midfield come the Tigers. Whistle here. Ball is out of bounds. And I think it'll be a turnover, and Franklin will have it back almost midway through the second period. Ruby Rizjan gets it up to Blogensteiner. Back to Ruby. This is Bissinger. Ruby Rizjan. Peterson with the last goal and the touch over to Vera Hansen. Everybody with a touch. Around the rim we go. Franklin taking its time. Vera for Tessa Rodriguez. Franklin's so good with passing. Looking for that opening. Directing traffic is Rizjan. Down low, beautiful pass. The spin around move by Bissinger. And Emma gets her first goal of the game. It's 9-1 Franklin. What a beautiful pass. Emma Bissinger. She scores at 5:03, so 2:10 after the last Franklin goal by Peterson. Bissinger makes it 9-1. Franklin pouring it on here. I believe after a 10-goal lead, we go to running time. I believe one official told me this year it's running time no matter when the 10-goal lead happens. Could be even the first half. However, if then the trailing team gets a goal and goes under 10, then we go back to regular stoppage of play with timeouts and fouls and so forth. So we'll see if Franklin can get close. They're 9-1 in front. Clara Blogensteiner charging up the field with it. Izzy Cross with 4 goals today. Blogensteiner. Cross. Dropped by Bissinger. Now she picks it up. For Peterson. Knocked loose off of Cross, and it'll be Taunton ball. With it for the Tigers is Milani DaCosta. Ball is knocked loose, being chased for it, and Franklin has it on the left wing. Tessa Rodriguez. Clara Blogensteiner sets the offense. Bissinger. Peterson to Izzy Cross. Around we go. Now Franklin, there's a screen for Blogensteiner. Drops it back for Vera Hansen, gets the shot off. The save by Clark. She's been something in there. 9 have gotten by, but she's made some nice saves. That was at point-blank range, and Clark turns it away. The Tigers now looking for some offense. As Coach Galvo told me before the game, they were now learning mode. It's Clark holding. There's the long pass on the left side, and that gets through. Making it through there was Madison Cardoso, and she's on the fly up the left wing. Cardoso charging through. She's going to shoot, and it's a rebound and the goal. The rebound and the goal. Cardoso scores it, It breaks the long streak of going without a goal, and it's 9-2. Cardoso with the goal. And for Madison, that goal came at 2:55. Madison Cardoso, the Tigers' first goal since 11:01 was left in the first period. They go nearly a half with just that one goal. Now they get one, 9-2. That was all Cardoso. She did a great job carrying it in. Ball was loose for a minute, then I think it was kicked in by Cardoso. Here's Blogensteiner with the draw. New draw for the Tigers. We'll see who's in there this time. It looks like it's going to be Talia O'Leary, the senior. And it's going to be awarded to Taunton. And here they come again, trailing it 9-2. Whistle stops play. Free ball awarded to the Tigers out deep. 2:35 to go. Clock moving in the second period. Ball is stolen by Hansen. Vera racing by teammates and opponents alike. Franklin now with 2:12 left. Franklin with the big lead. In front, Izzy Cross over the shoulder, and she had the goalkeeper out of position, and Izzy Cross gets her 5th goal of the game. And they get that goal right back that they just gave up. Izzy Cross with 5. Goal comes at 1:57, 58 seconds after the Taunton goal. And Cross now with 5 goals in the game. Rodriguez has 1. Blogensteiner has 2. Peterson with 1. Bissinger with 1. And for Taunton, 1 goal each by Cassidy Glynn and Melanie Cardoso. Oh, I'm sorry, Madison Cardoso. Draw coming here. Whistle. Another whistle will be awarded to Franklin. We're under 2 minutes left. Franklin quickly upfield. Shot by Blogensteiner, and she buries it. Clara Blogensteiner. That was quick, and it's 11-2. Again, Franklin just 1 goal ahead. 1 goal from perhaps running time, as Blankensteiner made it at 1:40, 17 seconds after the Cross goal. And Clara now with the hat trick at 3. 3 for her, 5 for Cross. That's 8 of the 11 goals. And for the others, it's Rodriguez, Peterson, and let's check it, Bissinger for Franklin High. 1:40 to go. It's 11-2. Franklin with the lead. Ball is high. With it is Franklin. Ruby Rizjan drops it back. A little bit too high there for Peterson on the pass. And the ball will go over to Taunton. Looks like a new player in the game for Franklin, and it is Kylie Silvestri, the junior. 1:05 to go. Franklin steals it. Blogensteiner. Clara, will the Panthers hold for 1 shot here? We're under a minute left. Doesn't look like it. Down low. Silvestri. Peterson holding. Looking for a cutter out the Blogensteiner in front. Going low. Callie Joyce. The ball is wide and picked up in there by Ruby Rizjan with 34 seconds to go in the first half. Panthers trying to get 1 more home. Ball is loose. Scooped up in there by Peterson. In front. Callie Joyce goes low. It's saved by Clark. And a whistle stops play. Franklin has it out deep for Blogensteiner. Time winding down. Clara in position. She goes low. It's wide, and the ball will go to the back line, and the clock will run out on that play. And Franklin will have the lead at halftime as they have it 11-2. Franklin, with giving up only one goal in each of the first two periods, they score 6 in the first and 5 more in the second, and they lead it at halftime by the score of 12-2. We're going to take a break here, and it's going to be halftime. So it looked like Franklin might have just scored there just before the buzzer. I didn't see it, but it looks like Franklin, as time was winding down, got one home. So they do have that 10-goal lead. We'll see if the second half starts with running time. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back in about 4.5 minutes for the start of the second half. Your score at halftime, Franklin 12 and Taunton 2. Welcome back to beautiful Piscini Stadium on the Franklin High campus. Franklin put up 6 goals in the first period, gave up 1, put up 6 goals in the second period and gave up 1, so they lead it here at halftime by the score of 12-1. Hi neighbors, welcome again to our lacrosse game. Pete Royce with you, Chris Flynn alongside. Franklin rolling here in this one as they're looking to make it 3 straight out of the gate. For Taunton, 0-2 on the season, not looking good for the Tigers. They had lost in their opener at Attleboro 19-4 and at OA 15-6, so they've yet to play a home game. They need some home cooking here as they're trailing it 12-2. We get ready for the second half. We'll look for some subs coming into the game here, probably pretty quick for Coach Kristen Igo-Garino with the big 12-2 lead. The officials again, Bobby Sanders and Ginger Daly. And Sanders has it teed up. Franklin still with Blogensteiner in there. Morgan Lovell is still in there. Ball is controlled by the Panthers. Juliana Owen is also in there. A new player in, though, for... No, I'm sorry, Kendall Moan. She did start. She's in the game again. Kendall Moan. Franklin trying to build on this huge lead here. We'll keep an eye on the clock. This is Vera Hansen. Tessa Rodriguez. It's going to take it in front, spins through, goes back the other way. And good defense by the Taunton Tigers. Callie Joyce with it. Erin Peterson now. Cross is their key player behind the goal to set up plays. Blogensteiner. Hat trick in the first half. Callie Joyce charging through. Her shot. Save. Ball is tipped out. Kept in over to Blogensteiner. Back for Hansen. Vera gets through. Charges. She shoots. And it's a goal for Vera Hansen. And we're running the clock. So it's running time with Franklin now with a more than 10-goal lead. They lead it 13-2. Vera Hansen gets her first goal of the game. All of our stats, of course, are unofficial. Vera Hansen at 10:41 of the third. 13-2, Franklin with the lead. And the clock is running. So this should be a quick second half unless the Tigers can get within 9. Here's the draw. For Taunton, it is Talia O'Leary, the senior. We'll check out who's the face-off person for Franklin in just a moment. It is Clara Blogensteiner. High, she tips it forward. Hansen charging. It's a foul here, and it's going to be awarded to Taunton. This is Glynn. She had the first goal of the game for Taunton. They take it up the right side, and an unforced error there. It goes out of bounds and be chased down by Juliana Owen. Franklin with it. Again, their next game will be 2 days hence at Foxborough, a 4:45 face-off for you Franklin fans to get down to Foxborough. That's Wednesday. Upfield it comes. Franklin holding. Peterson. Going to take it to the back line for Cross. Izzy charges through, gets the shot off, and she put it home. Izzy Cross. That's 6 goals for Cross here today. 6 goals, and Franklin leads it 14-2. Goal comes at 8:40. So human highlight reel for Izzy Cross with 6 goals in the game. 14-2. Goal comes at 8:41. Again, it's going to be on the draw. O'Leary for Taunton and Blogensteiner for Franklin. The official, Daly, wants to reset the ball. She's comfortable with it and backs away. Lagensteiner again with those high draws and gets it to herself. Clara up the middle. Down behind for cross. Izzy holding. Out on the left wing. Rizjan, she shoots. Save, it's wide. Chased down by the Panthers. They dig it out of the corner. Almost 5 minutes gone in the third period. Peterson denied on the play. Erin ducks her shoulder in position. She comes through. She went high side for the goal for Erin Peterson. For Erin, her second goal of the game. And she scores at 6:51. Erin Peterson with 2. And it's 15-2. Franklin with the lead. So here we go. Clock is running almost midway through the third period now. Same on the draw, O'Leary and Bissinger. Referee Ginger Daly. Wind blowing hard here at Franklin. Lagensteiner can't control it this time. It's going to be picked up by Oliver Ames. Now they can control it, and Morgan Lovell tips it over to Lagensteiner, but a whistle stops play, and the ball will be awarded to the Tigers. Here they come. No goals this half, 1 each in the first 2 periods. High ball on the turf, controlled by the Tigers. A rare possession for the visitors here today. With it is Cardoso. She has a goal today. O'Leary loops an underhander. Bobbled, picked up by O'Leary. And she's fouled, and she'll have a free positional shot off the right arc. With 4:55 to go in the third. 15-2, Franklin rolling here. O'Leary on the right side of the arc. Cody Lyon goal. O'Leary charges, gets the shot off, and is past Lai for the goal. O'Leary with her first goal makes it 15-3. That is Talia O'Leary. 15-3, her goal comes at 4:39 of the third. So it's still a 12-goal lead. We'll continue to run the clock here. 4:18 left in the third period. That broke a run of 6 straight goals by Franklin. They had 6 in the first period as well. This last 6 overlapped the second and third quarters. Sun ducks in for a moment. In 4 minutes, showing brightly on the clock here on the Piscini Stadium scoreboard. Pete Royce with you, Chris Flynn alongside for this girls lacrosse game. Franklin digging for it. Lagensteiner with it. Hansen takes it. In front for Bissinger, her shot, and she scores. Emma Bissinger on a nice pass by Izzy Cross, and Bissinger lights it up. It's 16-3. Emma Bissinger with her second goal of the game. That goal comes at 3:23 of the third period. Bissinger with another goal. So we have Cross with 6, Blagensteiner with 3, Peterson with 2, Bissinger with 2, Rodriguez with 1, and Hansen with 1. There was one other goal scored to end the second half. We could not identify the goal scorer. We play on here, time winding down in the third period. Franklin rolling in this one. Again, Bloggenstader with that patented high face-off, taps it to herself once again. Out it comes, a new player here in the game. Will chase her down for a second. Out it comes to Bloggenstainer. And here's the new player, and it is Olivia Best, the freshman, with it for Franklin. Bissinger, 2 goals here for the sophomore who got the start here today and responded. Cross picks it up. Cutting in front, ball loose, loose still. Still loose. And now the Tigers come down with it with 1:45 to go in the third. They're trailing it big, 16-3. They've had 1 goal in each period. Franklin has had bunches. Quickly, reversal. Izzy Cross on the left wing. She'll slow things down for Peterson. Both teams take a collective deep breath. To the top for Ruby Rizjan. Bissinger off the right shoulder. Left wing Bloggenstainer comes through, has some space, cannot release. Still takes it back out with 1:02 left in the quarter. Charge here, the shot by Rizjan. Did she get it home? She did. Ruby Rizjan makes it a 17 spot. Rizjan with her first goal of the game. Ruby. Goal comes at 51 seconds of the half. Franklin with 5. So each of the first quarters, first 2 periods, they were 6-1, 6-1, now 5-1 here in this period. Can they get 1 more goal to even it up? I don't know. It's only 30 seconds to go and the clock is moving. Franklin's high output for the season was 20 in the first game here against Oliver Ames back on March 30th. Then an 18 spot against Milford. And that was last week on the 2nd of April. Here with 17 goals, 10 seconds to go in the period. Bloggenstainer will pick it up near midfield. Rizjan, the recent goal, and there's the horn ending the third period of play. So 5-1 that time, after 6-1, 6-1 in the first 2 periods, and after 3, it's Franklin High School 17 and Taunton High School 3. Taunton will be playing next. They'll finally have a home game on Wednesday as they'll host Canton. That's a Hockomock League matchup. That's a 3:45 face-off at Easton, Mass. For the Taunton High Tigers. And Franklin, as we said, will be on the road on Wednesday as they'll travel to Foxborough, and they'll play a game that starts at 4:45. So a different start time than usual, 4:45. And most of the Franklin games are at 3:45. Certainly they are here at Piscini, except vacation week. We mentioned that feature game with Needham on April 23rd, a 10 a.m. game. Then Franklin will also have a game at Westwood on April 30th, a 4:30 game. That should be a dandy. Franklin at Westwood. Here in this one, Franklin gave up the first goal of the game and then ran off 6 straight. And then in the second period, they ran off the first 3. So Franklin actually had 9 straight goals at one point, trailing it 1-0. Then they took a 9-1 lead with 5:10 left in the first half. They gave up a goal there at 2:58, made it 9-2. They scored 3 more, and then in the third period, then 3 more in the sixth period for another 6-goal run to lead it 15-2 before they gave up a goal to Talia O'Leary. That made it 15-3, and Franklin closed out the third period with 2 goals, one by Emma Bissinger, her second of the game, and Ruby Rizjan, her first, to make it a 17-3 advantage for Franklin with 1 quarter to go. And we were in running time for the entire third quarter as the Panthers put up a 10-goal lead at the horn to ending the first half. Taking a look at the Franklin roster, kind of a mix of players and talents. We have a freshman who's in the game now, Olivia Best. The other freshman is Jada Lawless. She's a goalkeeper, so she hasn't come in this game yet. Then they have some sophomores, Risden and Rodriguez. Also a sophomore is the goalkeeper, Lai. Gillespie is a sophomore. She also plays basketball. Blogensteiner, a sophomore, and Bissinger, a sophomore. So some of the sophomores have been figured prominently in this game here so far today. That bodes well for Coach Kristen Igo-Garino. Has a mix of talent, seniors, juniors, a couple of freshmen, and 4 sophomores. 12 minutes left on the Piscini Stadium scoreboard in the sunshine here from Franklin, as Franklin leads it 17-3. The official with the ball there. And that is Bobby Sanders. His partner today, Ginger Daly. They've worked together before. In the draw for Franklin. Still in there on the faceoff is Blogensteiner. There's her patented high drive. Gets it herself again. Done it time and time again. She's going to take it up the middle. Clara holding. Clara with 3 goals here today. The story's been Izzy Cross with 6. In the game again is Olivia Best, the freshman. Out to Callie Joyce, and Callie sends it over to Best. Bissinger, Blogensteiner, her shot and her goal. Blogensteiner with her 4th goal of the game. Clara Blogensteiner makes it 18-3 at 11:08. Clara Blogensteiner. Blogensteiner with her 4th goal. Remember, Cross has 6. There's 10 of their 18 goals between those two tremendous players for Coach Kristen Igo-Garino. Clock running, 10:40 left in the game. Franklin having their day in the sunshine here today. Draw at midfield. Sanders has it in the cage. Now taking the draw is Tessa Rodriguez. So Coach Kristen Igo mixing it up again, and Rodriguez wins it. Here comes Tessa. Drop down below the net now for Franklin. Skip pass out deep. Best. Bissinger. Whistle. Foul on Glynn. Cassidy Glynn, and it'll be a free start here for Franklin. Bissinger will just pass it over to Rodriguez. Emma. Cross with 6 goals in the game. Passes. What a scoop by Bissinger to make the play on the dead run. Great hustle play. You can see why Bissinger's got the start here today. In front. Shot is wide by Peterson. Picked up by the Panthers. Peterson again gets position. She shoots. It's deflected wide by Clark. Chased down by Bissinger. She is a hustling player for Franklin with 9:10 to go here in the game. Franklin leads it 18-3. Ball is knocked loose. Hustling for it. And Franklin tries to win it back. They do. Nice play there by the Panther. Silvestri in front. Izzy Cross. The Panthers here will only settle for the best of shots with the big lead. Bobbled by Silvestri. She picks it up. We take it behind the net. This is Izzy Cross. 6 goals in the game. Ball is loose on the turf and is picked up in there by O'Leary. O'Leary gets the loose ball. She has a goal here today. 18-3, 8:21 left. Turnover. Franklin will have it back. Into the game now for Franklin is Olivia Robleski, number 6. She's a junior with it. at midfield. Wrobleski up ahead for Peterson, knocked loose and stolen by Nerlita Hemingway. Tigers get it through midfield. Now it's blocked and taken back by Franklin. Izzy cross for Bissinger. Emma spins through and holds. Drops one on the right side for Silvestri, back to Bissinger. Emma falls down, gets the shot off. What are they going to call here? Will they award her a free position? She is a hustler, only a sophomore. I have a feeling we'll see a lot of Emma Bissinger this year and the years ahead. This is she with it for the free position off the right arc. She has 2 goals already today. Bissinger charged through, she shoots. It's a save by Clark, a beauty by Abigail Clark. Clark charges out with it. Foul on Franklin, a free position way in their own end for Clark. She's going to get way out of position. This is dangerous. She's coming all the way up near midfield is Clark. This is unbelievable. Clark takes it across the midfield line. There's nobody in goal for Taunton, and Clark is way in the offensive zone. And still, Taunton with it, luckily for Clark. Now the ball is batted around. It's up for grabs on the turf, picked up in there by the Tigers. And Clark will have a chance to get back in her own net. What a play by Clark. Looper picked off in there by Wrobleski. A whistle stops play with 6:28 to go. Clark is finally back there. The shot, the save by Lai. The rebound, and taken back by Vera Hansen. Here comes Vera. Off the left shoulder. Loops it for Izzy Cross with 6 goals today. Cross charging to the top for Erin Peterson. Halfway through the 4th and final period. Franklin leads it 18-3. Tessa Rodriguez. Silvestri for Cross. Drops it back on the left wing. Coming around. The pass in front. Shot there by Cross. Did she get it in? She did. Izzy Cross with her 7th goal of the game. Cross with 7 in the game. It's 19-3. Izzy Cross outstanding here today. Score comes at 5:29 of the 4th and final period. 19-3. Again, Franklin's season high was 20 in the opener here against Oliver Ames. They won that one 20-4. Here they lead 19-3 with coming up on 5 minutes to go in the game. Seven goals for Cross, 4 for Blaugenstein, 11 of their 19 with those 2 key players. The other way to look at it, Franklin has 8 other goals from other players, and that's a lot too. Taunton in front, loose ball, stolen back in there, taken back by Kendall Moan. Moan, another basketball player on the lacrosse field for Vera Hansen. Vera drops it on the right side. Peterson. Franklin goes around the horn with it. Ruby Rizjan. Tessa Rodriguez just glides when she has that ball. Ball is errant. Scrum for it. Coming out with it is Morgan Lovell. She's so good on the ground balls. Morgan Lovell. Rizjan. Lagensteiner, 4 goals here today. Vera Hansen. Callie Joyce gets by 1. Comes through. Loses it. No, I'm sorry, she kept it. And backpedals it out for Rizjan. 3:23 left. Ball is loose, and Glynn has the free turnover. She takes a bump, and another, and another. Still holds on. Out near the 45. Double team, spins through. Cassidy Glynn. And she's fouled on the play. Good hustle by Cassidy Glynn. She had the first goal of the game. 2:58 left. It's stolen by Hansen for Franklin. Vera for Blogensteiner. Peterson. Franklin in control. Taking their time with the huge lead. Cross with 7 goals today and the ball right now. Rizjan. Callie Joyce shoots, and Callie Joyce scores. Callie Joyce. No, they say no goal, I guess. No goal. That was denied. I beg your pardon. Joyce was denied there, so we stay at 19-3. Panthers back quickly again. Into the game for Franklin again is Morgan Lovell. And she has it. This is Morgan. Morgan. Double team, takes a couple of bumps. Ruby Rizjan. Lovell. Spins through, stumbling. Did she get the shot off? Yes, she did, but there's going to be a foul on the play. And Lovell will have the free position, I believe. Yes, she will, on the right side of the arc. Morgan Lovell, she against Clark. Here she comes, Morgan. She stops and shoots, and she scores. Morgan Lovell gets on the board. Her first goal of the game makes it 20-3. Franklin is tied at season high. The score comes with 59 seconds to go in the game. Lovell has worked hard all game, gets her first goal. Franklin on the verge of going to 3-0 on the season. And a whistle and a timeout called with 50.5 seconds to go in the game. We mentioned Franklin had a good run last year. They went out in the Sweet 16 round after being 16-3 going in, and they lost to Andover 7-3. That was in the Sweet 16 round. And how about this team bouncing back with 3 straight wins to open up the season, as this one is surely in the bank with a 20-3 lead with 50.5 seconds to go. This is a timeout, perhaps to get a whole bunch of players in for both teams, I would imagine. For Taunton, coached by Adilson Galveo in his 5th year, in Franklin, Kristen Igo-Garino. I believe this is her 15th year with the program. Outstanding, the former Boston College great. And let's see if we can pick up some players for Franklin here with 50.5 seconds to go. And Jada Lawless, the freshman goalkeeper, will come out for the final 50 seconds. So Lawless, the freshman, in goal. Also in the game for Franklin is Ellie Gillespie, a sophomore. So she's in. Lagensteiner is still out there. Lovell is still in the game. She had the last goal. So it's Lawless in goal for Franklin. Franklin has a sophomore goalkeeper, now a freshman. Here's the draw for Blogensteiner. Franklin just counting it down here with 50.5 seconds left. Blogensteiner gets it again. Now she's lost it. Over to Taunton. Remember, Lawless, the freshman, in goal. Big moment for her. See how she does here with Taunton charging in on her. This is Glynn. Glynn comes through, the shot, and the goal by Glynn. She got it past Lawless. Glynn gets the goal. Her second of the game. She will have the first goal and perhaps the last goal of the game. Cassidy Glynn. We mentioned a challenge there for the freshman, and Glynn, the junior, got it past the freshman goalkeeper, Jada Lawless. And that should do it with 5 seconds to go. Still a huge win for Franklin. They gave up 1 goal in each of the 4 periods, and they put up 20 to win it here big over Taunton by the score of 20 to 4. The next game, again, for Franklin will be on the road on the 8th of April at Foxborough. Would like to thank you fans for tuning in. I'd like to thank our producer, our director, our camera operator here today, Chris Flynn, among the first to arrive and the last to leave. This is Pete Roy saying so long on a sunny, beautiful day here in Franklin. The final score for the final time, Franklin 20 and Taunton 4. Till next time, so long, neighbors.